Hello, EnteiTainment here. My name is Daniel, welcoming you to the Teambuilder episode as we prepare to take on fellow Pearl Division player Blakey Boy and his Nashville Nido Kings, whose team you can see down below here. We are familiar with my own. I haven't made any free agents or anything. And he has Mega Gallade, Tyranitar, Raikou, Entei, Tornadus, Blastoise, Uxie, Virizion, Garbodor, Piloswine, Tangela, and Smeargle. So a very fun team. I don't know how many times Smeargle has actually been drafted in the past, but it's obviously a pretty interesting mod. I'm not really expecting him to bring it, but it is definitely something fun to see in the draft. I am kind of expecting to see his Entei just because, I don't know, I feel like people who have Entei bring it against me just because of my username. So I'm pretty sure we'll see the Entei. I am also expecting the Uxie because I think it's really hard for my team to kill, and it obviously puts a lot of pressure on my Mega and my two fighting types. So I'm definitely expecting to see that thing. A bulky psychic type would probably help him out a lot. I think his Mega will come, I think Tyranitar will come, and aside from that, I guess the only other thing I think might come is Garbodor, because it's one of his few switch-ins to my Granbull. He doesn't have another Steel type, and he doesn't really have many Fairy Resists except for this Garbodor, so I am definitely expecting that thing to come as well. Let's go ahead and look down at his weaknesses and resistances. Though we can see that he is pretty well covered. He only has one normal resist, but I don't know, it's not really a big deal. He doesn't have any dragon resists, but he also has no weaknesses, so I guess that's fine as well. And then he has 4 ground weaknesses, but also 4 ground resistances. However, I don't have a ground type, which actually has been a recurring issue. A lot of teams I've been facing up against have a lot of ground weaknesses, and I just can't really take advantage of that. I can put Earthquake on random things, but if it's not Stab, it's not going to be doing a lot, obviously. So maybe I'll try to trade a ground type or free agent a ground type, but I'm not entirely sure what slot I would want to fill with that. But anyways, we're just going to look at the team that I ended up crafting. I think that Moltres can actually fare very well against this team. He doesn't have too many things that can deal with me, and the thought process behind this team is to get chip damage with Volt Switch and Spikes damage and Toxic and stuff like that, and then be able to clean up with either Moltres or Terrakion. Agility Moltres will be able to outspeed even Scarfed Virizion if I invest correctly, so that's why the speed tier is set at Virizion. Virizion is naturally faster, obviously, but if I can set up to +2, I will be faster than Scarfed Virizion, even if he's Jolly. I'm just running Fire Blast, Air Slash, and HP Fighting. I kind of need HP Fighting in case he brings Tyranitar, because if he does, then I'm going to have a pretty serious problem. I could bring HP Water, since that'll also hit Entei. So food for thought, I guess, but I really need the power from HP Fighting, so I'm not sure what I'll do about that. Next we have actually an itemless Acrobatics Greninja. I'm pretty sure there's no way he'll be expecting this, and I think I'll be able to set up spikes as well, hopefully is the plan, because he might be scared of like catching a Dark Pulse or a Scald and would switch out, and then I can set up spikes and still hide not only my spread, but also the fact that I don't have an item and all that good stuff. So one of the great things about Greninja is it does, again, outspeed everything on this team that isn't Scarfed. Raikou is the fastest member of Blakey Boy's draft, and Greninja does outspeed it by a pretty good amount. I think I still need to be Jolly. Yeah, I still need to be Jolly to outspeed Raikou, but I can invest in HP a little bit. So we're just running Power Up Punch, Acrobatics, and Waterfall. Pretty nice coverage against this team, honestly. The Blastoise will be hard to kill, and other than that, it hits almost everything. I don't think, like, Raikou resists, or Raikou doesn't take super effective damage or anything, but it's not very bulky. Same can be said about Tornadus. And then I guess Uxie might be an issue since I don't have a dark type move, but aside from that, I think Greninja can do pretty well. If I can set up to +2, it might just be over, but I can definitely put in a good amount of damage on this team, even if I'm not set up at all. Next we have a Defogging Mantine. I do want to be faster than Pillow-Swine, because he might bring it and bring Freeze Dry or something, and that would obviously mess my day up a little bit, because I will take 4 times effective damage. I don't know what Pillow-Swine's special attack stat is. I'm pretty sure it's horrendous, but I'm sure I still do not want to be taking those. So we are going to be investing to outspeed that thing, and just running dual stab with Defog and Toxic. I'm bringing Rapid Spin Hitmontop a lot, and I kind of want to get away from that, so hopefully he'll be expecting a Hitmontop, and we'll instead have to deal with Mantine. Next we have just a offensive Granbull with Play Rough, Earthquake, Close Combat, and Power Up Punch. I do want to invest to outspeed Garbodor. That means I have to invest a lot of speed. Granbull is incredibly slow, so I will need to invest a lot. I think I have to go around max speed if I want to be adamant. For the item, it doesn't say, but I'm going to be running whatever is the poison damage reducing berry. See if it works out for me. I don't usually run items. I don't usually run berries, and when I do, they don't seem to do what they're supposed to do, so I guess we'll see. If he doesn't bring Garbodor, the Poison Berry is going to be essentially useless, unless he has Sludge Wave, Tornadoes, or I don't even know what else gets a Poison move on this team. Maybe he's running like, I don't know, Gunk Shot Smeargle, so I guess we'll see. But this thing is not very fast, but it does outspeed a couple things, and if it can get set up, it can definitely clean through a lot of this team, so if the Garbodor is dead, that is. Then we have Magnezone. I really need to be able to switch into Uxie. I sort of the same situation with Mesprit last week. I want to be able to switch into that. If he brings like just 4 coverage moves, he can hit a ton of my team. Mesprit and Uxie and the other one, whatever it is, get a lot of good coverage. He gets like Energy Ball and Thunderbolt, obviously Stab, Psychic, or Psyshock, so Magnezone resists all of that, and it's definitely a good thing to have. It also gives me a switch into Raikou or Special Tornadus or Tangela. I do actually need to invest to outspeed Tangela, because I think we're both base 60, so I should put that in here. Because we're both base 60, and I do want to outspeed Tangela so I don't get put to sleep. I can hit him with a Signal Beam. So yeah, it's kind of crazy that a weird pile of moss can outspeed me, but somehow it can. And finally, we have Terrakion with Close Combat, Earthquake, X-Scissor, and Rock Polish. I will be investing to outspeed Adamant Entei, but I want to be Adamant myself, and if I wanted to outspeed Jolly Entei, I too would have to be Jolly. And I just love the damage output that Adamant Terrakion gets on this team. It secures a lot of 2-hit KOs on stuff that I cannot remember right now, but I think includes Blastoise and perhaps Uxie, maybe the Garbodor as well. So yeah, I think it's pretty important. I think it's pretty important for me to bring Adamant. I could bring Stone Edge over Rock Polish, but that really only hits Tornadus. And honestly, Tornadus is not bulky enough to switch into close combats anyways, so I'm not too worried about that. And Stone Edge hits literally nothing else on this team except Entei, and I do have Earthquake, which is a better coverage move against this team. So I think Terrakion will do well. I guess we'll see. It can definitely do a ton of damage, and that's just been the case like throughout the season so far. Terrakion has a ton of damage output and can really dent some things that are not prepared for it. So I'm not sure what he'll prepare for. I don't think he'll be scared of Venusaur, just because he has 2 psychic types and a flying type and a bulky poison type, so I'm not sure if he'll be expecting Venusaur. I'm not bringing it. There's no way I would bring it on a team like this. That is insanity. Maybe, I don't think he'll be scared of Moltres, but I think he should be, personally, but I don't know. We'll see if Moltres actually ends up doing anything. And then I really think he should be scared of Granbull because Garbodor is the only thing that resists Play Rough, except for Entei, I guess. But I guess we'll see. I guess we shall see. So anyways, that is the team builder. I'm definitely excited for this match. It's going to be a fun one. I don't think I've played Wiki Boy before, so it'll be a first. He is, I don't know what he is actually. I think he's 1 and 2. He could be 2 and 1. I'm not entirely positive, but yeah, it'll be a good match, and hopefully we can continue our win streak. But anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. I don't feel like I need to hop over to Showdown anymore, just because we have it all here. I can walk you guys through the EVs and stuff on the day of the game. So yeah, anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you are enjoying this CSML travels. It's doing pretty well, and hopefully we can do even better. As always, enjoy the rest of your day. This has been Daniel, and EnteiTainment out.